Hey everyone, so I'm back with another video, and this time I'm going to mix it up a little bit. So I've had these structure decks, Shaddoll Showdown, for a while, and I wanted to open them for a little bit. And I just didn't want to make a simple box opening video or structure deck opening video. So I decided just to talk to you about, I guess, a topic in Yu-Gi-Oh! That I've had on my mind for a long time, essentially. And that's kind of like the current state of Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, I guess we'll be opening up these boxes for Shaddoll Showdown, and we'll be talking about just what's going on in Yu-Gi-Oh! As of late. So yeah, let's get into it. Well, yeah, what do you all think about the current state of Yu-Gi-Oh! I know it's kind of been really up in the air so far. Well, I mean, Konami has said a few things about Yu-Gi-Oh! And initially they said, like, look, we're gonna shut down for a bit and just wait out this entire pandemic. But that's looking to be more of a long-term thing, and I don't think Konami kind of expected that. I guess we didn't. Not all of us expected that. So I mean, that's kind of is what it is. But yeah, here's the structure deck. I know a lot of you have probably seen Shaddoll Showdown. Well, I mean, it came out a long time ago, but yeah. Also, I just barely got this new camera setup working, so let me know what you guys think. If there's any improvements I can do about this camera setup. So yeah, here's the basic structure deck. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with all these cards. Shaddoll Showdown has been out for a long while. So this is just me because I've had these three structured decks for a while. I just wanted to open them for you guys. But yeah, like, what do you think's going on with Yu-Gi-Oh? I know Konami's been trying to revamp Yu-Gi-Oh, and they've kind of been. That's pretty much one of the chase cards, or one of the more valuable cards in this set. But I mean, I know Konami has been trying to get the competitive scene back in function. They've been trying to start events, and I've made a video before about basically them trying to restart conventions and tournaments. They even set policies. If you guys haven't checked that out, feel free to check it out. But yeah, it's I don't know. I feel Yu-Gi-Oh! Is kind of in a weird spot as of late, as I've mentioned in previous videos. But I don't know. It's like, oh, there you go, Super Polymerization. I'm really excited for that card. But yeah, this set has so many good reprints. Sorry, I'm trying to get one point across in this video about the Konami stuff and the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament stuff. But there's so many great reprints in this structure deck. Yeah, Foolish Burial. They're all even Living Fossil. Pot of Avarice, glad that's back. It's crazy that's back. I still can't believe that. Twin Twisters. But basically, I don't know. It's like, I feel like we're kind of in almost like a bad situation. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Konami's been trying to do remote duels. I don't know if you guys have. I mean, I'm sure some of you have noticed about the remote duels and Yu-Gi-Oh! Neuron. That's another thing I wanted to talk about for a long time. I know Simo made a video about it. He made a fantastic video about it, by the way. I was blown away by how detailed he was about it. I mean, he always is, so, I mean, shout outs to Simo. I mean, he's great. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know how. Do you guys think this would be the push to actually get Konami to develop more of an online Yu-Gi-Oh? Because I know we've been wanting that for a long time. A lot of players have been wanting an online version of Yu-Gi-Oh! That's comparable to the in-game TCG play. I mean, you guys don't know what I mean. It's just like, you know how you go for a tournament and you pretty much go there to compete competitively in the real with your cards that you've assembled, but people have wanted for a long time. They just wanted a digital version of that. whether if it's like digital competition or if it's just digital free to play, like at your local, it's just online. So yeah, do you think this pandemic would be the push to actually get that rolling? Because I mean, it certainly seems like that. Because I mean, foreseeably, we're not going to really get through this pandemic like anytime soon. I mean, we eventually will, but I mean, who knows when that's going to happen. They're going to be developing a vaccine. I mean, they've had a few trials that they said have been kind of successful, but from what I've seen on the news. But who knows? I don't know. It's kind of all up in the air. But Konami is just, I mean, I guess they're doing their best. I mean, I commend them for the rules that they tried to implement before. But do you think do you think Konami, like, having I guess, stop all their Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament events, do you think this will be the push for them to finally give us, like, the online Yu-Gi-Oh! That we've always wanted? Because I know Magic the Gathering has had tournaments they've had tournaments where basically it's the same thing as in-person gameplay. Like, if you go to your locals and you play with the deck that you already built, you can do that online too. You can build a deck and you can play with any random person online. And I think they call it, like, the most recent one is Magic Arena or something like that. I'm not too involved with that, but basically they have an online version of Magic, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Players have kind of been wanting that for a long time. That's not a dig at Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just saying a lot of people have wanted it. Konami is kind of, I don't know. They did release Duel Links. I guess that's kind of their way of making do with, I mean, what a lot of players want in terms of online Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's kind of like, I don't know, Duel Links is kind of like a more casual introduction to the casual player that's wanting or maybe like interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! And kind of, there you go, talking about Duel Links. But yeah, I guess Duel Links is more of like the casual version of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's more intended for the player who is kind of interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! But they don't really know all the really big, I guess, detailed things about Yu-Gi-Oh! And so that's more of an introduction, because they even shrunk down the playing field. And I mean, as a veteran playing this since the game barely came out, I can definitely see how that makes it easier for a lot of new players to get into the game. They just say, oh, hey, you have 3 monster zones, you have 3 spell zones, you basically draw and then you summon stuff, you set stuff and you activate spells. But I feel like Konami has kind of, I don't know, not been ignoring, but they just haven't followed through with appeasing their larger audience, I guess their core audience. Their core audience basically wants an online version of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I feel like now would be the perfect time for that. But yeah, I mean, that's just me. And I know I've heard this from a lot of other people. I'm not the only one who's saying this. They kind of wanted an online version of Yu-Gi-Oh! For the longest time. And this is me versus it's the most competitive thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. I'm not going to go through a lot of detail with these cards. I mean, you guys probably know what's good and what's not good in here. I'm probably going to try to make a zombie build of this deck, because, man, they work so well with zombies. It's crazy how much synergy they have with zombies. Sorry for, again, if you haven't watched the other videos I've been making, I live by a very busy street, so you hear cars zooming around, and it's pretty annoying. Well, it annoys me so far, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't know how many of you are Star Wars fans, but every time I hear like some of these cars, man, some of these cars, they sound like the hovercrafts or like the flying cars out of Star Wars. And see, that kind of sounded like it. You could hear that. They kind of sound like the flying cars from Star Wars, and it's kind of bizarre but annoying at times. But it is what it is. First world complaints. Yeah, but basically, I don't know. Like this whole Yugioh, this whole dilemma with the pandemic has basically made a lot of things more difficult, especially Yugioh. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh is the least of it, but I mean, we've kind of been at a standstill for a long time. I wonder how this is going to shape Yu-Gi-Oh. And like I said before, and I wonder if this is going to be the very thing to actually give us more of an online competitive format. Because I know, well, we all know Konami has been basically focusing on the more, I guess, in the real kind of play and competitive play. That's basically been the thing they focused on the most. But they haven't really, I mean, online competitive scene that's pretty much non-existent. So I think the best thing Konami could do to appease their fans is to really give us an online version of Yu-Gi-Oh, or at least start to do it right now. I mean, I think they should have done it a long time before, but now would be the ideal time to do it. So with that, that's pretty much the end of this, I guess, small opening, and those have been my thoughts pretty much. Yeah, this is kind of a random video I kind of threw together. I mean, I wanted to open these boxes for a while, these structure decks, and now I have an excuse to do it, but instead of just making a regular old discussion video, I just decided to throw kind of a box opening, I guess you could say. But that pretty much wraps it up for this video. If you guys want to support more content like this, you can do so at Necromancer1040. It's at the Patreon link that I have below, and you guys can click on it there and you can support me if you want. I really appreciate anything you guys give me, whether if you're just sitting there or enjoying my videos, hitting the like button, whatever support you guys give me, I really I was about to say support, that's funny, but I really appreciate it a lot, and it really means a lot to me. So with that, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Alright, take care.